Dickinson Summary with Analysis Literature Help. Because I Could Not Stop for Death by Emily Dickinson. Summary with Analysis. Because I Could Not Stop for Death was published in 1863 and believed to be written between 1855 and 1863. The poem, Because I Could Not Stop for Death, deals with heavy subjects such as death, time and eternity. But Emily Dickinson deals with them in a simple manner, so that the idea or intention of the poem is clearly visible to the reader. One can comprehend infinite meanings on the poem, and this is one of the crowning pieces of Dickinson, because of the way death is personified as a gentleman, and how the true nature of death causes a realization in the speaker about the eternity of being in a grave. In Because I Could Not Stop for Death, we see death personified. He is no frightening, or even intimidating, reaper, but rather a courteous and gentle guide, leading her to eternity. The speaker feels no fear. When death picks her up in his carriage, she just sees it as an act of kindness, as she was too busy to find time for him. The carriage included no other, and the speaker traveled with death alone. The civility of death is praised as he drives the chariot with a relaxed and steady pace which provides ease to the poet. The chariot crosses a town where children are seen playing, and there are fields full of grain. They witness the serenity of the setting sun. But as the sun sets, the speaker feels the chill of the night and believes that she is not properly dressed for the occasion. Date with death. They halt before a house that appears to be a small mound emerging from the ground, the grave of the speaker. She could not clearly see the roof of the house, and the cornice was nothing but the mound of earth. The speaker realizes that it's been centuries since he death, and it feels to her like yesterday that she was eternally taken by death. The death is common theme in the poem. The poem is remarkable for its wonderful sense of peace and religious serenity, which is the outcome of the personal faith. Death is not seen as the end, but as the beginning of immortality. The image of leisurely drive reflects the passing nature of this life in its various stages: school, maturity, and old age, until the final destination, the house that seemed a swelling in the ground, that is the grave. In contrast of this process of passing times is eternity, where all time ceases and becomes centuries that yet feel shorter than the day. The image of the ride in the carriage has a dual significance. It is a journey from life to death, from physical to spiritual, from time to timeless. That immorality is the goal is hinted at in the first stanza, where immortality is the only other occupant of the carriage, yet it is only in the final stanza that we see that the speaker has obtained it. Time suddenly loses its meaning. Hundreds of years feel no different than a day. Because time is gone, the speaker can still feel with relish that moment of realization that death was not just death, but immortality, for she surmised the horses' heads were toward eternity. By ending with eternity, the poem itself enacts this eternity. trailing out into the infinite.